If you'll everybody please stand, we'll do the pledge and we'll ask Bruce to lead us in the prayers. So, I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bruce, you'll lead some prayer.
Let us pray. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings that you give us. We ask you to continue to watch over us. We ask that you be with us tonight as we make decisions for our community. These things we pray in your holy name. Amen.
All right. Welcome all guests. Bridget, anything? Just ask if you got something you want to bring up.
No.
Just glad to be here.
All right.
Brian, anything you want to bring up? Tony? Stuart? You all good? Wow. All right. Thanks for everybody being here. Our first item is the yard of the month, and for this month of September, the certificate is awarded to James Chandler at 154 Ann Court in recognition of pride in both your home and landscape and in efforts to keep our community beautiful. They could not be here, but I guess that actual probably should be delivered with the sign.
I don't
Or
know.
you already got it? Okay, good. Okay, good deal. All right. All right, you have in front of you three different sets of minutes that you'll see for the August 12th. And you'll have one for August 27th, and then one for 9/3. I guess we can do a motion for all three at the same time if you want to do it that way, or any additions or deletions or corrections.
I make a motion that we approve all three at the same time.
I second.
Second by Charlotte. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay. Now then, I'd entertain a motion to go into closed session per KRS 61.810, section 1F. Discussions or hearings which might lead to the appointment, discipline, or business of an individual, employee, or member of the public agency without restricting that employee or agency member's right to a public hearing if requested. Exceptions shall not be interpreted to permit discussion of general personnel matters in secret. We entertain a motion.
I move that we go into closed
Motion
session.
by Charlotte, second by Mark. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right, we entertain a motion to come out of closed session.
So moved.
Motion by Bruce,
Second.
second by Rhonda.
Either one.
Oh.
They both did.
Oh, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right. I'll turn the floor over to Jessica for the next few minutes here.
Call for open nomination, or is there a motion to open nominations?
So we move to open the floor to nominations to fill the position of Ginger Combs on City Council.
Second.
Okay,
Can
can we
we
vote on
get a
that?
second?
Yes, on that, and then vote on the opening nominations.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
Floor's
The
open.
floor is open for nominations.
I nominate
Yolanda
Yolanda Clark.
I nominate Brad Wells.
Any other nominations? We'll entertain a motion that nominations cease.
So moved.
Motion by Bradley, second by Bruce.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. What we're gonna do is pass them out. We'd like for you between Yolanda Clark and Grant Wiles, put down who you're voting for and who is, your name needs to be on there also. And then just pass them back to Jessica.
And it'll take 3 votes to be a majority, and so if they come back and no one has 3 votes, the top 2 will vote again, just so you understand the procedure.
Especially if there's only two.
There's such a small group here, it becomes hard. passed for Yolanda Clark and 2 for Grant Wiles, so we've reached the majority.
Swear her in.
You'll come forward, we'll swear you in.
Once sworn, you're official, so you get to take your seat. Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that I will support the Constitution of this Commonwealth and the Constitution of the United States, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of Brandenburg City Council Member according to law. And I do further solemnly swear or affirm that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of the United States, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God. Congratulations.
You sit right on in. That does include Kelly also. This will be you, this agenda, and then we've got the paperwork all behind this. We'll give you a minute or two to look through that, so you do it, so. You try. There's no pressure on sitting here or anything. Well, the next item on here, we'll kind of start, and if you got questions, just please ask. Rhonda knows all the answers. We actually, our jetter, it's a sewer, Mr. Hughes can get into this a little more in depth. It actually has probably been one of the best pieces of equipment we bought in a long time, and bought it back in like 2009, used, and we've been having issues. That is used to unstop sewer problems throughout the city, and it's used quite often. Well, all of a sudden, it's time has caught up with it. It's actually causing us a lot of trouble. We've been without it for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. It's been in Lexington being looked at. The first estimate on one part, there's 4 things wrong. One part is $7,000 to fix it. We didn't even get into some of the other things that could stand to be. So we looked into what it would take to replace. So we got a price from there to try to see what one of the better models like we have, but a grade better. And first estimate was $77,000. So we regrouped and went to a lesser model, and we can trade, but if we surplus the older jetter upgrade model, and we do have the money in sewer line extension to pay for this with the money that would pay for this upgrade. And this is a piece of equipment we can trade and get it for $50,000. And it's there. It's probably the most dire need of equipment to repair we could ask to buy. But the first thing I'm asking for is the determination that the old jetter be determined as surplus equipment.
Well, we need to vote on that, don't we?
Almost on the surplus, but not on the new one.
I make a motion that we determine the old jetter existing as a surplus. Since it's in the shop, we're not using it.
It is right now, no good to us right now. Second by Mark. Discussion. We can fix this old one. So we would probably have more in it than we would be by buying this newer one. And the good thing is this comes with, you can speak to that, hoses, reel on them. It has the water tank. It's lower profile, a little easier to move around in the city, where this one was a tandem axle. This would be a single axle trailer. And we have a book, that's kind of what it'll look like, very similar, but it's actually one that works.
Under warranty, how long?
I didn't ask, and it might be on that paper that he has. Does it come with a service contract?
The first year's service is free.
Do they offer any more extended?
I'm sure if we pay for it, we
Well,
will.
yeah, would it be, seem like to me, it might be worth it if it's costing $8,000 for one part.
So you're taking the money out of depreciation fund?
Sewer line extension.
Where?
Sewer line extension?
Because it's primarily a sewer piece of equipment.
Yeah.
That's all it's feel.
Okay.
It has been utilized for us for graffiti work. You can use the pressure from that pretty much as a pressure washer too, correct? So we've been able to do that in the past with it, so.
So it's been fairly useful since 2009, or we just been having problems with it, or is it we've been
Yeah, it's a biggie.
legging it
It's
along?
like having a garbage truck or not.
If something happens to it, we would take care of it in-house, and then it got to where the main problem is the wire harness is messed up. And it's no longer available, so it's a time and material job replacing till they find whatever's causing it not to start.
Plus, it's not the pressure that's showing the use, it's been used, it's just decreased in pressure. And that's because it's been worn down.
They have this one in stock.
Yeah. So deliver it tomorrow.
We've just been fortunate, we've not had anything major once been down.
Don't change your status.
You already know.
Yeah.
So, just letting you know, if you're all good with that, we don't need a motion for that, do we, or should we?
We still got a vote on the surplus.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
a motion.
vote on surplus first, they
Okay.
didn't vote.
I thought we already voted on it.
We took a motion and a second.
Got a motion and a second to surplus that one.
Then you start discussion, and that's as far as it goes.
So all in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right. Should we have a motion for the other, we don't have to, but
It's,
that amount of money to
It was stated price.
I guess stated price,
state
okay.
bid price, yeah. That is, we're used to state, the state has certain equipment you can buy at a price, that's what we got this price from.
Which means that you don't have to bid
Plus
it
they,
out.
we could have paid a little more and kept our own one, we didn't want that, I mean, then we'd have to sell it to somebody knowing it wasn't really what you're selling them, so that's why we traded it in, or wanna trade it in, so.
I think you should go for it,
Okay.
or get her done.
All right. Next is our tax rate ordinances, and we'll start off with ordinance number 642, an ordinance adopting 2024 tax assessment rates for real and personal property.
For the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky, be it ordained by the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky, that the 2024 assessment rates for the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky shall be taken from the records of the Meade County Property Valuation Administrator, and upon each $100 of assessed value shall be established at the compensating rate as follows. Type of property or asset, real property rate .191 per 100, personal property .3965 per 100.
You know, and here, that's the compensating rate we took, so. It is a
Compensating rate is just increasing by 2%, is it?
Just went from 0.2 to 0.191.
Okay, that one's gone down.
Yeah.
But the other one, how much is
On the
it
first.
increased?
And then the other one went from 2739 to 3965. Those were set by the state on the compensated rate. It ain't been working with them. All right, next one is the first reading of ordinance 643, an ordinance adopting the 2025 motor vehicle and watercraft assessment and rate for the city of Brandenburg.
Be it ordained by the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky, pursuant to Kentucky Revised Statute is hereby ordained the 2024 assessment on motor vehicles, should be 2025, assessment on motor vehicles and watercraft in the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky, shall be taken from the records of the Meade County Property Valuation Administrator, and a tax rate of 32.80 cents per $100 of assessed value be the established rate in preparing the 2025 motor vehicle and watercraft tax bills, which tax should be collected by the Meade County Clerk pursuant to Kentucky Revised Statutes.
I don't know if that's ever changed in my
Well, it's
been
because
out,
it's
yeah.
restricted.
It is restricted,
You can
yes.
only put that rate at what it was in 1983, and it is not affected by the compensating the formulas that they use on everything else.
Right.
The question is, in some other jurisdictions, is 32.80 what the maximum was in 1983? And I don't know, I've got to call in the DLG to find that out. Another city's asked the same question, but if you're at the maximum now, you can't change it or maximize it. If you're not at the maximum, you can increase it up to that point.
Right.
On those two,
So you'll have that information on our second reading.
I will.
Thank you.
and we will probably schedule a special meeting for that, so we can have it done before October 31st.
October 1st.
October
It's
31st.
September 31st.
Thank you, I take a break
So
too.
before our next meeting anyway, so that's why we're gonna do that, so. All right, the next one is, the first reading of ordinance 640, an ordinance related to the licensing and regulations of the sale of alcoholic beverages within the Brandenburg city limits.
Be it ordained by the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky, an ordinance amending ordinance number 534 related to the licensing and regulation of the sale of alcoholic beverages within the Brandenburg city limits. The ordinance amends ordinance number 534 relating to the licensing and regulation of the sale of alcoholic beverages within the city limits of Brandenburg, Kentucky, as follows. Section 2 is amended to set forth when the license is required. Section 4, license fees is amended to establish regulatory license fees. Section 6 is amended to establish the hours sales of alcohol are prohibited. Section 7 is amended to establish January 31st as the day of termination of licenses. Section 8 is amended to conform to KRS 244.090. Section 15 establishes the duties of the ABC administrator. Section 17 governs the transfer or assignment of license. And Section 18 establishes the criteria for approval or denial of license. And just to explain, we haven't updated our alcohol ordinance since 2016. It went into effect in 2012. And so what's happened is over that last 8 years, the legislature's made a bunch of changes to it. And so we went through and we made sure to comport with the state statutes. So the first one about when a license is required, there are certain temporary licenses that you have to obtain and then certain things you don't, and so we fixed that. The alcohol, the hours sales of alcohol are prohibited. That is the same as what we had, we just had to clean it up. So it's the same as what we had. January 31st is the batch for the City of Brandenburg as to when the licenses need to be renewed. We were renewing them December 31st, and so what the state does is they have a different month for each county and area so that they don't all come due at the same time and they can better. So we had to match up with that, and we should have been on that date. There's a section about who can sell alcohol, and they keep changing it because they don't have enough people to be able to serve. And so it just now says that it conforms with the state statute, which is 244.090. And whatever that says is they change it. Our other ordinance, we had deleted out the duties of the city ABC administrator, and that was causing some problems in terms of being able to tackle license revocations when somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do, and more particularly when they don't pay. So this allows the ABC administrator to do some of those things. And then again, the establishment for the criteria for approval or denial of a license has to do with that same thing of being able to, somebody gets convicted of a felony and those sorts of things that we're supposed to be able to govern.
Yeah.
And in the ordinance itself, all the changes are underlined, and the deletions are straight through and the changes are underlined.
So you four got that copy last week of the full ordinance, and then I left one for both of you today.
So I've got a question.
Okay?
I read through it, and there are places where we refer to the city manager being the fee collector, and then there are places where it says the ABC administrator will be the fee collector. So is it gonna be David, or is it gonna be the ABC?
It's the ABC administrator. It's the ABC administrator, and it
So
needs to be uniform
city
throughout.
manager is
Yeah.
that's needs to be
Actually,
changed.
Shannon Stoll is our ABC.
Because there's several places through there where it refers to
A
city manager. So I thought it falls under the duties of the ABC administrator.
It does.
I just wanted to clarify.
And before the next reading, I'll edit any city manager places out.
Good catch. All right. Anything else on that? Next is a plain first reading of ordinance 641, the rezoning of Lawrence Street patio homes.
Is this
What's
the
the purpose
first reading?
of that?
It is, because it's zoned right now commercial, and the people who live in the patio homes requested that it be zoned R3, which is what it
I
should
mean, I understand, they're so packed in there, there's no commercial room.
No.
But I understand them wanting it to be representative of what it is, so.
be. And that they were the ones that requested and asked for it, and
Yeah,
said to
I
come
thought
from
maybe
us.
it's for tax, insurance purposes
I
or
think
something.
the far end lot that's on the very end was still open and it's commercial, was kind of part of that lead in there also, was trying to make sure the whole complex became residential.
Okay.
An ordinance amending and adopting an amended zoning map entitled Zoning Map Brandenburg, Kentucky by changing the district classification of the property located in Brandenburg, Kentucky as hereinafter described from C2 to R3. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Brandenburg, Kentucky as follows. Boundaries of the district as shown on district map entitled Zoning Map Brandenburg, Kentucky are hereby amended for reasons adopted, including the stated findings of fact, all of which is made part hereof, including the rezoning request from the Planning Commission dated August 20th, 2024 to the Brandenburg City Council. The property being described as follows. PBA map numbers 101-20-00-001, and then it's .09, .10, .11, .12, .13, and .14. Lawrence Street patio homes. The master deed is in deed book 687, page 463 in the records of the Meade County Clerk, and being an estimated 31,484 square foot tract of land located at 988 A and B, 990 A and B, 994 A and B, Lawrence Street, Brandenburg, Kentucky, now zoned residential 3, R3 after the adoption of this ordinance.
Very good. All right. Now you should be with the treasurer's report. You'll see a sheet that says transfers. And then right behind that will be City of Brandenburg, kind of register what the bills are. So this is where Amy. Oh, you we'll show you that.
Okay. The Waterworks and Sewer Revenue Fund has a balance of $240,600.52, excuse me, as of today, September 9th, 2024. I would like a motion to make the following transfers from the Waterworks and Sewer Revenue Fund upon the availability of funds. $100,000 to the Waterworks and Sewer Operation and Maintenance Fund, $8,000 to the Depreciation Fund, $5,000 to the Bond and Interest Sinking Fund, $5,000 to the Sewer Line Extension Account, and $30,000 to the Wastewater Treatment Plant Construction Account for the loan payment.
That's the one we paid about $670,000 of that loan, and we still have about $300,000 yet, so. You're all right.
The wastewater treatment plant?
Oh, I thought, I'm sorry. Water plant, I'm sorry.
That's the wrong bill. I was hoping that bill was that small. So moved, that we,
Need a
That's the
motion.
sewer plant,
I
yeah.
make a motion that we
Motion
make the
approved.
transfers.
Second.
Second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
I was just about ready to kill over that our wastewater was that small.
We're gonna probably be that way till we get the rest of that money anyway. All right, now you, discussion of bills, if anybody has any questions or concerns, and I know Mr. Hughes is gonna address one in here in a minute, that if you look through it, you'll see that it's kind of an explanation of things that what costs are doing to us right now, so when he gets to his part, he'll explain that a little more. Anybody? Not, we'll move on. Now, we have the monthly activity report from the office, Amy.
All right, in August, we issued 8 building permits, 0 sign permits. We took 523 credit card payments. We had 20 applications for utilities, We did not have any new sewer or water connections. We issued 77 service orders, and 28 of those were for delinquent bill disconnects. We issued 1 business license at our regular meeting.
Any questions for Amy? Next is we'll do the police department.
Sorry for being late and not having the reports in your packet. They kind of went out early Friday and.
Thank you, sir.
Just for being late was dealing with the death investigation over on over. We had roughly 279 calls of service for last month. And had some activities going on down in the park and a few other things, and we're gearing up for Tucker Days this weekend. And we've had a couple incidents. Other than that, we've been staying pretty good.
It's down from what it's been.
And Tucker Days is not in our park this year, it is at the fairgrounds.
What they move at?
They said they felt like they had kind of outgrown the park with much foot traffic going back and forth to different things that they think they can make the traffic go around the outside of where people will park and they'll only cross the road at one time going in. We'll see, first time. Anything else for the chief? All right, next is water and sewer, Mr. Hughes.
We repaired 4 leaks last month. We set 1 water meter. We pulled 5 lift station pumps. 3 of those lift stations had to be cleaned out. Wipes and things building up in them. We also straightened and replaced some of the faded street signs. If we haven't got to any that you see, we're working at it as we got time. Patch potholes, mowing is normal. We are spraying every other week now because the price of the mosquito spray went to $12,540. The spray that we were licensed to use is no longer available through the state of Kentucky. This is what the state requires you to use.
Ooh, we can't, so you're saying you have to buy it from this company?
That, you don't have to buy from that company, that's the state contract price. There's other people that you can get it from.
Cheaper?
Probably not.
That's state bid price is what we buy it from. Most all those are not the place you can beat it.
What did it jump from? What did
It
we?
was 5 $5,400s or $7,400. I'd have to look back, but it's one of them 2 prices.
For the 55-gallon drum,
It'll go down in January.
5 in.
You spray how many gallons a night?
About 8 to 10.
8 to 10. I don't-
8 to 10 gallons,
Each time we spray.
so 55 gallon will last you a long time. Does that stuff carry over from year to year?
We just move it inside the building where it won't freeze.
So if it drops way down in January, do we try to buy it
We
then?
had bought it early, yeah.
Have it?
All right, we got Mr. Hughes on the line,
And the street light on Lafayette Street has not been fixed. I think it has been turned in again.
And we have the phone number this time?
I had the phone number last time. I don't know what's going on, yeah.
we thought United was there the other day. They went back into your area, but we just thought they were going to fix that light, but it didn't get fixed, so.
Pothole that I talked to you about, did you notify, who do you notify on that? That's that one coming out of Kroger, next to the Board of Education. I hit that dang hole every time.
That's
It's
a
right,
valve.
it's on the Kroger property, I
It's a
guess.
valve.
I think it's a gas valve.
It's a gas valve, we're pretty sure, is where they paved and it's just an indention where when.
I hit it every time.
Oh.
So there's nothing we can do, they need to raise the valve up, I guess.
We're making a little better transition into it, so we can ask. I
That'd
mean,
be the county, right?
well, it's probably in the roadway of Kroger.
It is in the roadway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hit it too.
So it is on Robinson's
So
property.
we will have to just ask LG&E or somebody to look at it to see, so make a note of that. Sidewalk, streets, we're still working with them to try to make the sidewalks, we were just holding up financially on some of the sidewalk repairs, but we are still trying to get some of that done while the weather permits, so. Some of those are really bad.
I had someone ask about, now that the city has taken over Main Street, to extend that sidewalk that's on the front of the apartment buildings on down, because people are walking in the roadway to get from the end of the sidewalk to get down to the park.
So you're saying from the River Cafe
Yes.
restaurant on down to the park?
Towards the park,
Or
because
to
people
the
are walking
statue.
to the statue. So we can get a tie-in point there, because people are walking in the roadway there. And so someone had asked about us looking at possibly the city putting a sidewalk, finishing that out.
That was one of the questions I asked when they redid the rock wall. They put it right on the blacktop, so there was no way on that side to put anything, so we can take it down to look at that.
If we could continue down on the Main Street Cafe side, or whatever, Riverview Cafe
Make a note of
side.
that.
I've got one other thing on the sidewalks, off of the old dock, where the sidewalk wraps around, going to the new dock. There's a gap in the concrete where there's nothing underneath the sidewalk. So if we don't get something under there, it's gonna break and cost us more money. So we either need to get rock packed in there, or, I don't know what you put in there, but if you look, it's all hollowed out, all down through
The
the.
biggest question on that one, Mark, is how you get it in there.
Right.
We've been looking at that, we've already been down, we did fix some of the sidewalk along where the flower planters are at the main parking lot, and working our way, the whole sidewalk, the erosion is so bad, even with the riprap. We're trying to figure out how to get enough riprap and something that can drag it back and not totally destroy the park. It's gonna take a big track hole to get in there somehow to pull that rock up under it. We've attempted to figure out how to fix that already, and we've even talked about the stone slinger truck, but it shoots such a fine rock it won't stay, is the problem.
No, it would
So-
need big rock.
And then did y'all go to the conference on the riverfront?
That's this week.
This one, so it's still coming up, okay.
Now, the conference on the park, is that for the dock?
It's a river, it's about the Ohio River riverfront as a whole.
As a whole, right?
Anything else for Mr. Hughes?
Did you get
It
a
is
chance?
stuff we've looked at, so it's not first time, to be honest with you.
Did you get a chance to look at Walnut Alley?
We cleaned it up.
We're trying to see, Bradley, we think that's coming from the gravel parking lot, the runoff when we went over there, and that bank's just gotten no grass on it from the and that's where the deterioration is, that's running out into the blacktop. It is a mess. We got it cleaned up, but I don't know if it's gonna stop it. That's our biggest thing, so.
Yeah, Johnny seems to be concerned about it.
Well, you can see the tracks.
Yeah.
Every time, luckily it had rain, so I mean, that's the thing. All right. Anything else from Mr. Hughes? Thank you. Next is our business license. The first one is Chill Out Frozen Treats. And inside the city limits, it's packaged ice cream sales. Applicant is Lee Ann Greer. Take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Charlotte.
Is this a
Any
truck?
discussion? I'm sorry.
Is this a truck?
I think it might be more like an ice cream cart. And it's, pre-packaged stuff like you would get in the store.
It's
Good
inside
humor
city
or
limits,
something
so
like
it's
that.
not permanent, so. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Soulful Eats, inside city limits, it's a food truck, applicant is Tijuana Duncan.
So they have all their state
Runs
permits,
every bit of it
everything?
with her. Yeah.
Awesome.
She was on it.
So move.
Motion by Mark,
Second?
Second.
I'm gonna give it to
Yeah.
So she get the book, so.
We share around here.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Next is Clean Ways Express 2, it's address 1150 Bypass Road. Type of business is car wash. If you were out on Saturday, they had live music till about midnight, I think, so it was a big kickoff, so.
Is this the new one?
It's the new
This
one.
is the new.
We entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Bruce,
Second.
second by Ron. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right. This is where we kind of go around the table, and anybody has anything that's come up that since we got started, you can bring it up, so.
The only thing I have to say is that October will be the last month for Yard of the Month. Anybody who might have a suggestion, I'm very open, be glad to entertain anybody.
Anybody that's spraying their own grass green now?
There's not much green grass.
So, but they're keeping that dust down, right? They're keeping the tree down.
Right.
Thank you, Bruce.
Again, I want to thank everybody that's interested in the city council positions to come and be out, and I look for you, I guess, as write-ins or whatever for November. But thank y'all. I don't have anything else.
Brad? I'm good. Mark?
I just want to thank them for interest and just hang in there.
Rhonda?
I agree, I thank them
Ron?
all. I want to say thank you again for your vote of confidence, and I look forward to working with everyone on the council and represent all of our citizens.
We're glad to
Awesome.
have it. TJ? Amy? We do have a couple things we're working on. We are meeting with the contractor on the sewer treatment plant, trying to finalize some of the settlement on some water leaks, and this is the list we're working from at this time. And we had a phone call on Friday, and it's been better than it had been in the past. We're at least talking, and hopefully we'll be able to get that completed. It works, it doesn't affect operations, just some of the workmanship just wasn't finished. And that's some of the things that we're trying to get them to come back under warranty and fix those for the city. I mean, it was a big expense for the city, a $9 million cost to build it, so, that's why we want it to be right, so it'll last a long time. So we'll let you know, keep you informed on that. And we have reached out to trying to get some names of people, like we talked about at the meeting the other night, that serve on the committee, and I'll be in touch as soon as I get back some information from several of them. And we'll probably have 4 people or so, 5 to serve on that committee. So that's all I've got. Anything else? Didn't mean to skip you there. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by